Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne. It's Sunday, June the 23rd, the year 2019. Let's talk trading, weekly open and gap. But before we can take advantage of the weekly open and gap, we have to make sure we have our risk management and money management in place. Okay, as you can see, we've got plenty of gaps that are still open. We've got a bunch that have already filled, but we still have some that are open. So the weekly gap is definitely in play. Now, taking a look, you can see here, this is the weekly pivot, 121.71. So that pivot point hasn't been hit yet. So it's possible sometime during the week, if we have a dive below the open, look for that as a target to take profit. And we opened way above the previous candle's midpoint. We're up for the month of June by 127 pips, up for the week and the day, of course, since we're just now starting. We're in the second hour or into the third hour of the trading day. And you can see here we're way above the opening day range for the first trading day of June. And once again, the only monthly open that we are above for the past 12 months is June. You can see all the other monthly opens stacking there. And once again, for the first trading day of the month, the only range that we are above is the June first day range right there. That inside bar from 3 days ago, well, on Friday, if you took that trade, that was a very nice trade. And you can see here we've got some inside bars on the daily setting up. And you see here, there's the ones in gray are tradable, waiting for a trigger. And then here we've got the weekly and the monthly column, where you can see here we still have some inside bars to exploit. Range, not much range yet, early in the day, as you can see. And the holo, there's the weekly H1 highest, weekly H1 lowest right there. And you can see the yearly H1 lowest open, monthly D1 lowest open there. And as far as the buy zone, we were looking to go short based on the pivot. So we had a short bias, but the short didn't trigger. And we've already gone out through the buy zone, but the only reason to go long was to trade the gap. So you had conflicting signals. You want to fade the gap and you want to fade the pivot, but they're in opposite directions. Rat zone, there's no rat zone when you have a 16 pip range. And once again, we show here's the weekly pivot here. And we have the daily pivot right here. And the daily and the weekly are very close together. And so we had a missed pivot so far today. You see a missed pivot from 6 days ago. Which one will be taken out first? Price action. Remember, there's a couple of ways to trade this, using the 3 balls or just using the levels. We've got a 3-ball at the top looking to go short at the line. We've got wick zone action right here. D1 looking to pop out either at the 08 or the 11. So wasn't much of a wick. So price will definitely be on one side or the other. Once again, showing that those highs, the weekly high, daily high, right there. So we're looking to do something at these lines, either go long or go short, depending on the candle color. And since it's early, still in the Australian, New Zealand open session, you can see there's just not much movement. And on the Einstein lines, you can see here we haven't even triggered a trade yet today. Looking at high lows to see there's a bunch of lows that could be taken out at the M5 level. If you switch over to H1, you can see there's a whole bunch need to be taken out to see which way price is moving. In the open, we just have that Australian open right there, and we are 13 pips above it. Interesting chart here. You can see where the daily ATR zone for today is actually overlapping with the weekly ATR zone. That's a rare occurrence. And you can see using the targets of half the open plus half the ADR, open minus ADR is a place to start taking profit off. And once again, looking at the weekly open, simple chart, trading that weekly buy zone. So that's it, just a quick video for the weekly open and gap, fellow traders. Keep asking the questions, posting them where you know I post the videos. Oh, and once again, if you are having a problem with an indicator, please, when you send an email to me or you post something out on the internet, please tell me the exact name of the indicator. And also, please post a chart showing what you see, the entire chart, especially so I can see the name of the pair that you're trading. Because if you don't, it makes it really hard to figure out what's wrong. But when you do, I might say something like, hey, you forgot to put the suffix in, and then everything's working. So, and also when you say something's not working, okay, it's not working, but exactly what isn't working? So it's like, well, it's not setting the alarm, it's not displaying the exact value, but at least point me in the right direction from the beginning, because if you don't, then all you're going to do is get an email from me asking those questions. So anyway, just keep in mind when you trade this week, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks this week.